the work of art in the Age of
Metaverse Reproduction.
Essay 13. It is inherent in the technology of
Online content as of sports, media, or politics.
that everyone who witnesses these performances does so as a quasi-expert. Anyone who
Reads the comments section discussing the outcome of a high-profile celebrity scandal.
will have an inkling of this. In the case of
Streaming video,
the
vlog.
demonstrates unequivocally that any individual can be in a position to be filmed, but that possibility is not enough. Any person today can lay claim to being.
A creator.
This claim can best be clarified by considering the historical situation of.
Social media posts today.
For centuries, it was in the nature of literature that a small number of writers confronted many thousands of readers. This
Drastically changed.
toward the end of the past century, with the
Advent of microblogs like Twitter.
which constantly made new political, religious, scientific, professional, and local
Content.
available to readers. An increasing number of readers, in isolated cases at first, turned into writers. It began with the
Comments on the posts of others.
and has now reached a point where there is hardly
Social media user.
engaged in the work process who could not, in principle, find an opportunity to publish somewhere or other an account of a work experience, a complaint, a report, or something of the kind. Thus, the distinction between author and public
Has lost.
its axiomatic character. The difference becomes functional. It may vary from case to case. At any moment,
Consumer becomes a producer.
as an expert, which he has had to become in any case in a highly specialized work process, even if only in some minor capacity, the reader gains access to authorship.
Banality.
Itself is given a voice.
Furthermore, the ability to prompt an AI to form original content.
Now forms part of the expertise needed to carry it out. Literary competence is no longer founded on specialized higher education, but on
Prompt engineering.
and thus is common property. All this can readily be applied to
Digital imaging.
where shifts that in literature took place over centuries have occurred.
In years. On social media, for example on Instagram.
This shift has already been
Significantly.
realized. Some of the
Content creators on Instagram are not artists in a creative sense, but people who promote themselves.
and primarily in their own
Lifestyles.
In
Digital platforms.
today, the capitalist exploitation of
Creativity.
obstructs the human being's legitimate claim to be
Their work being
reproduced. The claim is also obstructed incidentally by
bot accounts.
which excludes large masses from
Extended reach.
the process in which their primary
Exposure to their intended audience.
would lie. Under these circumstances,
Digital platforms and social media networks have
an overriding interest in stimulating the involvement of the masses through illusionary displays and ambiguous speculations. To this end, it has set in motion an immense publicity machine, in the service of which it has placed the careers and love lives of.
influencers.
It has organized polls. It has held beauty contests. All this in order to distort and corrupt the original and justified interest of the masses in
Original media content.
an interest in understanding themselves and therefore their.
Position in society.
Thus, the same is true of,
Online content capital.
in particular, as of fascism in general. A compelling urge toward new social opportunities is being clandestinely exploited in the interests of a property-owning minority. For this reason alone, the expropriation of
The digital domain.
is an urgent demand for the
Creator economy.